Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Fastest First Best of 2021 showcase. I'm Helix. This is Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, released in October of 2021, early October. I technically started playing it in September, but that's a different story that we can tell. I will be playing Story Mode All Worlds, and I am here with the current world record holder in that category.
Hi, I'm Peter Sink. I also speedrun lots of Super Monkey Ball games. This one has been the main one as of late. Really fun stuff. Looking forward to be on commentary for this cool run.
Yeah, you're gonna help me out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All 10 of these worlds, playing through all of them in one sitting. I don't think there's much more to say.
Hmm.
You wanna count me down, Peter?
Oh yeah, sure. All right, where are you at? Are you in on simple?
I am. Yeah, I should probably. There we go.
All right. Have you booted up the game today?
I don't know that I've played through story mode today because when you enter story mode, yeah, I mean when you enter story mode for the first time, it brings up this controls menu. So
yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. All right, you're perfect. We're ready. All right, so countdown time. All right. 3, 2, 1, go! Nice. I was trying to do the new narrator voice a little bit with that one, but I don't know if I matched it perfectly. She's pretty good.
Well, thank you for the countdown. So this game is a lot different from the original Monkey Ball games. You're going to notice this is the same stages from Monkey Ball 2 Story Mode, but boosting is not a thing. In the original games, you see people move diagonally at the beginning because in those games, diagonal inputs are stronger. It's the opposite in this game, where cardinal inputs are actually slightly stronger than diagonals. So holding up is like the best thing I can do.
On one hand, you're not able to boost on walls in order to gain more acceleration than hold-ups, but on the other hand, turning with the cardinals is very strong, and you can also reverse backwards if you need to go backwards on a starting platform extremely quickly. And it's worth noting that the speed you get from holding up actually ends up being more than the speed you would get from boosting, so the overall acceleration in this game is actually a lot faster than the originals.
Yeah, gonna drift slightly to the side, because if you hold up, you don't hit that switch for whatever reason. I'm just gonna throw myself at this one. That was so fast.
That was a fast switch. If you get a little speed bump, which is where you get kicked up into the air randomly, happens in the original games too. You can bounce it out of the switch at a really nice angle and get a way faster time. That's like upwards of like 0.6 faster than like the slowest time you can get on that stage. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that was blistering. We should talk about the manual cam as well, something that is somewhat unique to this game. I can just sort of move the camera around however I want.
True, it's true.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, the way they designed this game is while your left stick, or left end of your keyboard, however you feel like playing, controls the ball and the camera, you can also control only the camera with the right stick, or the arrow keys on the keyboard. Which means if you're playing the game casually, slowly, you can actually look around you and gauge your surroundings before you make a move, which is really cool in a casual playthrough. We found a lot of neat ways to use this manual camera in the speedrun though. It plays into a lot of cool tech that you'll see later in the run, so look forward to it.
Nice.
Nice sliders.
Thank you. This is a fantastic World 1.
Yeah, one thing absolutely worth noting, a big culture shock for players coming from the original games into this game, is the way the camera does not really pan as far down as in the originals when you're free-falling. Makes it so that it's actually 100 times more difficult to see where you're going when you're falling. So stages like sliders, which are like not too bad in the originals, are pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Honestly, a reset point in World 1 sometimes with this game.
Also, I'm panning the camera down like this at the start of most levels. That's not faster. It's not slower either. It's just to help me see better. I get a lot.
The way the camera automatically kind of places the camera pretty far behind the character, so it's a little bit hard to see what's ahead of you. You can use a manual camera to adjust and fix for that.
I get a lot of questions in my stream. Wait, is that faster? No, it's just easier for me to see if I do it. Curve bridge is cycle locked, so I could have gone a little bit faster than that, but not much. It doesn't really matter.
The best thing you can do on that stage is show up exactly when the bridge comes down and get a little bounce up into the air, as just like in the originals, being airborne means you're not dealing with friction, so you actually go a little bit faster. So in all cases where you can bounce a little bit, you want to try and do that. So You know, Tails would rather fly than walk in most cases.
We are already into World 2.
Cool. Actually, worth noting, speaking of Tails, a little bit of a segue there. This game comes with a massive host of characters to choose from many different Sega franchises. But
Yeah,
all the characters have identical stats, so you don't have to worry about not being able to play your favorite character in this game.
You might have saw it earlier. Massive roster of characters. I wasn't there very long because I just went and picked Tails immediately. But I can play as anybody I want, and Tails is the best because I said so. So we're playing as Tails.
I think people who like Tails have sort of like always known that Tails was a, you know, an elite kind of guy since like the very first moment they put their eyes on him. He's got all the right charms. A perfect representative of the Sonic franchise in this game, although Sonic is here too.
Yes. Also, the minimap helped me out a bunch there. You can see in the bottom right corner there is a minimap, and I used that heavily to know where I was landing. Oh, it's Bumpy Check. This stage can be very mean and sometimes very nice. This is... Today was very nice.
It worked out though, You
Yeah,
got a little bit left at the beginning, it was scary.
Yeah.
You adapted well. So do you like to go full speed always on Gravity Slider, by the way, coming up?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good luck with that. There's an interesting sort of trade-off that this game has. Call it fortunate, call it unfortunate, I don't know, it really depends on your priorities. But while the Party Ball, which is, you know, a very infamous villain from the original games, is actually way more of a pushover in this game, it's pretty easy to not get Party Balled. The goalposts, on the other hand, are twice as thick, it seems, hitbox-wise. So they very often can completely... Not this time. But they very often can completely throw you out of the goal when it seemed like you were perfectly centered, so... Gotta be careful with high-speed strats like that.
That might have been too early.
Yes, this is a...
Yeah, just a tad. Okay.
Strict timing strat that Helix is doing here, discovered by the runner Juggler, we believe, the Japanese runner. But there's two different windows Helix is looking out for in order to pop straight into the goal when it comes down there. That cycle is not available in the original game. That saves a lot of time without having the need for pausing.
That saves upwards of 4 seconds. Probably lost a couple getting it second try. Where am I going? Okay.
Got slapped by one of those totalitarianism things. You know how it goes. Gotta be careful, they're bigger than they look.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was waiting a little bit so I could get a good cycle, and I just kind of... Okay, sure.
Sometimes you wait a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Alright. Coming up to the end of World 2 already. Pretty slick stuff. Gotta be a little bit careful with this stage. It's got some funny collision at the transfers between the alternative squares.
Yeah, you can very easily be too fast or too slow, and you'll just get launched up into the air, and you lose all your speed.
Situation.
And then, yeah, and then you can't follow the platforms, and you fall into the abyss, and you're very sad.
You hate to fall out. When you fall out, the narrator will say fall out, and it's like, yeah, I fell out. And all in all, you know, it just gives you way too much time to reflect, because the retry button in this game is actually not very fast when it comes to retrying, so we usually just let the character die when, you know, we fall off the edge, unfortunately.
Alright. Reversible gear in this game is really cool. We can just sort of sneak in here early.
There are lots of interesting modified cycles.
Oh boy. Get in there, I got in there!
You still made it. Wow, that was close. There are lots of interesting modified cycles in this game. A lot of them opening up even faster cycles than the original for some reason. I don't know if they were thinking of us or they were just like placing the cycles randomly, but that opening is not open that early.
No.
In the original. You can only barely catch that now in this game.
Why?
Okay, backwards, you know. We live these. Stepping stoned.
Nice save, I guess. I mean, sure.
Really, really exciting, but also intensely difficult strat here Helix is doing. This is the first stage where you really get to see the difference between first load and second load in this game. Basically, the first time you open a stage, what you have to do in order to complete a strat can sometimes be very different, especially if it's collision dependent. Now, I was about to say, this first load version is actually way, way, way harder, and Helix does nail it first try, so well done.
That was my first time doing that in a marathon. I started to, like... We found that strat, like, last week. I don't know if I've even done that in, like, a full story mode run before.
The absolute wildest part of that is you can't try that version twice in this run. Basically, after the level reloads, Helix would have to do a different version. So you had one shot there, Helix, to get that, and you got it.
Luckily,
and the first load version is harder because it does not send you as high
Yes.
into the air. You have less time to get across.
Yeah, luckily the second load version is actually a little bit easier. So if I do end up having to go for that, it's not the end of the world. Also, hold up on Mad Rings, by the way, very funny.
Hold up, a
Tricky
danger
options.
hold up. Every now and then it doesn't work. You gotta watch. You gotta keep your eyes open. A little bit of a Banana Mania moment.
Nice, neat little clip there on curvy options. That does actually work in the original SMB2, but the timing is slightly different.
Yeah.
Strat's basically
A lot
the
of
same,
the
though.
reason this game is meta and speed exploded so quickly, obviously, is because of all the levels being, directly transferred from the originals. So in many cases, we tried our best to recreate. Like, already what we knew is, like, physically the fastest way, the monkey can get to the goal. And in many cases, it worked out. But in other cases, we can't, or we can do even greater things, because the cycles are different or faster, so... it's like, if this game had been all new levels, we would not be as fast as we are right now currently. A lot of the knowledge transfers over, which goes to show how they created a pretty accurate remake, actually.
Oh, come on! Let me in!
That's been like one decameter short every single time, honestly. Not a significant. There we go. Third tries the charm. You know what they say about cascading?
Yeah.
That's where the run goes downhill.
Oh, now is a really good time to talk about the game's collision. Collision in this game is much more consistent than it is in the original games, which makes strats like this way more viable.
Absolutely.
If this were original SME2, there's a good chance that I would completely fly over that clip there and just fall off.
Yeah, for all the scuffy trade-offs this game offers, it does actually create the unique scenario that we never really got to experience in the originals of just completely being able to rely on clip strats like that. In the originals, unless you're pausing, you do not want to mess with a clip where if you do not get collision, you die. Yeah. And if Helix did not get collision there, they would have died, but that's just not something that happens. Except on particular stages for some reason. I think Eden 4 is pretty prone to Zorping. Yeah, I mean, just walk forward.
Yeah. The strat's really cool. I'm gonna try to conserve my speed as much as possible while getting some specific bounces.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
Tough. We're alive.
We're alive. Yeah, y'all get the idea.
That was a full set. Yeah, basically that, but like right in the goal and...
Yeah. If this were a PB attempt, I would have probably taken a safe ending.
Yeah. Yeah, this run's pretty good, honestly. I would not be unhappy with the pace. I'd be taking it seriously.
Also,
off to a fine start.
You can hold up on this level, but you can also do this and it's even faster. You just dodge the walls for coming down.
I'm so glad people continue to like innovate on that stage because honestly, I stopped looking at the stage once I found out that you can just hold up and it goes and gets you the goal every time.
Me too. The Japanese owners are finding some sick strats.
Yeah. They discovered that if you weave around a little bit, you don't even have to bounce. You can just walk. The cycles line up so you can just get under all the parts of the maze before they close.
Okay,
barely,
I will self-proclaim that this is my worst level. I tried like the thing where you fall off the platform early, and it was not giving me any sort of helpful result.
That was a pretty good hit.
Yeah,
we like that. We like that. That was nice. Good friction.
Yeah,
the wall is hard to deal with. I would recommend camera lock for exiting personally, but
that's what I was trying. It just I don't know. I wasn't getting any better results with it. Oh, this is a great time to bring up pausing because it's coming up next.
Yes, of course. As you know from the originals, if you've seen any original speedruns, pause tech is very 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 diverse and all over the place. In the original games, you can use pauses to execute frame perfect type stuff, task maneuvers in real time. In this game, you can do the same, but the buffering in this game is not nearly as effective. So we basically want to hit the frame we want first try. And we cannot do more than one frame strats in most cases. So Helix there had to hit a 3-frame window in one pause. They pull it off. They get straight in the goal.
It's actually, I found out that 23 and 25 also work. So it's actually a 5-frame window now. It's like way better.
Oh, 23 and 25. 23 always worked. 25 works too, though?
Yeah.
That's like 4?
I watched Taco hit 25. It's you can get anywhere from 25 to 18, so it's a 4-frame window.
I didn't know 18 was working.
5-frame window now. Yeah.
Cool, but perfect. But because in this game you can't repause, your goal is to make the windows as big as possible so that we're not, forced to be frame perfect every single time, and in many cases they are. And just recently we discovered that you can throw in camera stick inputs or C-stick inputs to create even more options on what to do with the 1-frame pause struts. So it's kind of like the inverse of the original games.
I just jumped off too early.
What's up, Arthropod? How's it going? Yeah, Helix is a really cool strat here on Arthropod.
It's really risky, and I definitely it was a really silly way to fail it. Oh.
Oh, you bounced up a little bit. Oh.
Yeah.
Could have been a wild backup.
Rarely do I
this game, instead of more frames, we basically try to look for more windows with more inputs because we have 2 sticks to work with. So it's kind of like a spider web of stick inputs instead of a spider tree of, frames. A little bit different, but honestly a lot more healthy of a pause meta this game.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
The kind of strats you can only do in 1 frame, speaking of.
Yeah, this one is a really weird one because it's not a guarantee. It's basically just a setup, and I still have to adjust a bit here and then hope I get what I'm looking for, and I did.
You got it! Look at that! That sneak onto the top, too. That was bare.
That was so close.
Bare minimum height. Let's go, Wormhole. Wormhole skip RTA. Still real.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, too, because that saves a lot of time. It's a great strat.
You can do it without pausing, but pausing, like I said, it doesn't guarantee it. Nice backup. Pausing doesn't guarantee
better than retrying by a lot.
It was, but it makes it easier because then then you have a setup and you know what you need to do, what adjustment you need to do, and so anything that increases the success rate of that strat is very welcome because it is a huge time save.
And of course, since we can't rebuffer anyway, the amount of time you actually spend pausing is so little that in most cases you might as well try it. Even if it doesn't work out, you're not losing too much. The punish is not high.
Yeah, exactly.
Pauses are typically worth trying in this game, even if they don't always work out.
Oh, this strat's really cool. I'm gonna wait until about 57.5 here.
Was the first person to find this one?
Me, I think.
I was thinking maybe it was you, yeah. I remember you showing me the first time. Very, very cool timing.
And everything just lines up. You want to
I'm
drift
familiar
over to
with
the
that
right very
lineup,
slightly.
like being possible in the originals, but it's funny how the cycle is like early enough that it actually saves time.
Yeah, well, and you have a higher top speed in this game, so it's easier.
Oh yeah, a little bit easier to land too, as well. That's right.
And the party ball helps you go in the goal. Like everything just lines up amazing for it. This is probably about where I'd call for like a donation or two if this were a marathon. But speaking of marathons, Peter and I will actually be racing this game and category at GDQ on Monday, January 10th. We are the second bonus game. So if you like what you're seeing right now, put that on your calendar. You don't want to miss that.
It's gonna be really, really cool.
First
We've been
and
prepping really
second
hard.
place
We
race.
take the game very seriously and have pushed the meta really far. It's gonna be quite a show.
Yeah. I did mention earlier that Peter's the world record holder, and I am currently in second place.
Close second. At this point, the world record is a 31, but 30 is probably in the cards with enough work, strat, optimizations, and consistency. So there's still a bit of development in this category as well.
That would be a ridiculous run, though. But yeah, it's definitely possible. My
who knows what we're going to discover in the near future, right?
Exactly. We were still making strat discoveries. There have been a few things that we found, like last week.
Like things started exploding once we realized that pauses could be somewhat consistent, and then they exploded more once we realized we could throw in, the C stick too. Double the amount of inputs. That worked out.
Yeah, I got a 51 out of that.
Not even a bad cycle, no.
No. Okay.
Fails got to get dunked under by a block. And then he became, ethereal. And then rose up through the block after the fact. What a magical guy.
Gonna try to basically skip over some stuff here in combination.
Nice work, nice work. 53 is very efficient moving. You can take as long as getting a 52 without that strat being messed up, so there's a lot of room, but the faster you go, the better, obviously.
So coming up after this level is Opera, which is probably the hardest strat, correlating to how much time save there is, because it saves a huge chunk of time.
So important to do.
Kind of have to do it.
We threw it in early into the meta, but boy, was it a nightmare when we first started doing this. Mainly because, again, like I mentioned earlier, falling strats are quite tough in this game. It's just kind of hard to see where you're going.
Okay, thank you, game. Thank you.
Close enough.
Oh my god. Belated Christmas gift.
Wow, it's a miracle.
Luckily, after that, I can just hold up here and usually be okay. There's like a 1% chance of that not working.
After I heard that word, usually I stopped doing that. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's like a 1%
I got
chance
betrayed by
that
that
doesn't
once.
work.
No way.
It's so funny that I don't care. Anyway, Yeah, I don't.
Well, I eventually had to keep doing the hold up on triangles, even though I know that can wreck you sometimes. So
Yeah.
we all give in to RNG sometimes if it's
Mhm.
easier.
The thing about Opera, like you don't have to do it. It saves like 8-9 seconds, so it is a huge time save if you're going for like top level stuff. But the
Yeah,
easier strat, like if you're just learning this game, definitely do that at first.
yeah,
While
I'd
you practice
recommend.
your following. Beautiful cliffs.
Nice, 55. Fastest,
That's
basically
really
straightest possible line one can do in RTA.
That's pretty hard to do. This is almost a hold up. I need a tiny neutral flick right there. Oh,
Oopsie.
that's a new one. Oh,
Too much
boy.
oomph. They actually got party balled. You hate to see it happen.
I'm
After
gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. That's never happened before.
All right. Funny little bit of trivia there about that stage, actually. Helix does a neutral flick to lose a little bit of speed in order to make the strat work. I go to a diagonal input, taking advantage of the fact that diagonal inputs are weak in this game. I basically pretend I'm doing a neutral flick by, holding a weaker forward input, which is just like really weird if you played the originals, because that's the exact opposite of how that would work. Using a diagonal to slow down a bit.
That's part of the reason why Cascade is harder, because if you jump off too early, you can't stall yourself in the air. Because when you air boost in the original games, it slows down your, you travel farther in the air, basically. But we can't do that in this game, so if we are short on a falling strat, we just gotta take it and either back it up or
you
reset.
can't actually write the first time with falling strats.
I could
Not a
probably
lot
have
of
to do one
saving
of
going
that.
on. We're very reliant on our setups because we can't see too well and we can't fix things too well, so we just have to be right. Hey, with enough practice, anyone can do that, right?
Yeah.
Just drop at the right time.
I
Oh,
mean,
World 7 already.
almost. I was very close twice in a row in Cascade and then got out the third try, so.
Yeah,
Wow,
but
we're
it was
already in the
always
World
a bit
7.
short.
That was a good World 6. Narrow peaks being the thing that I died to is really funny. Because that's like,
just being a funny, like, hey, don't take the party ball too much for granted,
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta calm down and realize it still is a solid object.
One of the more difficult worlds, but Narrow Peaks is like one of the easiest stages in it, so that's how it would be. Marathon.
Hey, I mean, Opera would have lost way more time if that was death, so we're happy about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I said
There's
earlier.
a bunch of really cool skips if they're pulled off, There's a lot of really cool stuff that can happen here.
I'm gonna hold that thought that I started, because here's the first cool skip that Peter's talking about.
Close one. Close one. That's pretty neat, because that's one that we often pause on the original, but with this game, it's usually better than not, because the pause is like a 1-frame window, but you can do that by feel pretty feasibly.
I feel like, it's IMO easier to just get the clip puzzles than it is to hit the 1-frame window.
And, just frame perfect.
Why am I over here?
Yeah, we're over here.
What is... This is a weird run. Nice backup, though.
Hey, got where you need to be.
I mentioned earlier, I was like, I'd call for donations if this was a marathon. This is technically a marathon. This is just not for charity.
I'm gonna call for Helix's awesomes in the chat, to be honest. Thoughts?
Okay.
Nice, right in the middle, easy. That line's perfect. Actually, you're drifting a bit to the right, watch out.
No, I noticed. I was gonna go for the fast ending, because I wanted to show it off.
Scare.
And then I was too slow, and I got like a slow clip, and I just kind of got smacked. I want to practice this though. Like I'm sick of doing this slow ending.
Yeah, of course. Honestly, I should learn it too. I'm being lazy. Time save over world record.
Like that. There we go.
Nice, 42.
That can be up to a second faster than just waiting.
Cool. Huge strat.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely run-changing strat right here. This single-handedly saved Banana Mania story mode and expert. This strat.
Yeah. Unironically. So
Block before that strat came out was a menace. All you could do was hold up and pray that you'd get a decent skip.
So when you pause, the game forces a brief neutral input for whatever reason. Turns out, it may have looked like I just held up there on flock, but turns out that neutral input at a very specific time is precisely what's needed to make the flock strat work. So it's
wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, how could we not be getting the skip with a hold up, but you're telling me that a hold up with, exactly 1/60th of a second of neutral is what it takes to, you know, get a full skip. Well, it's great that the pause puts in 1/16th of a second of a neutral whenever you pause. You know, we don't even have to think about it. But also, what? Why? Nice hierarchy.
Thank you.
I only get 50,
realized
so you're high
I
51,
forgot to
you know, really.
practice the 8 bracelets thing, but I'm gonna go for it anyway.
Yeah, you just brought over this setup here.
Ah, yeah.
Very, very, very instant and cool.
The safe strat here is to go back on the starting platform and then sort of get on the wall.
Oh, nice, that's nice.
Oh, I didn't go for the...
You're fine.
Doesn't matter.
Look at that. Just look at that. That's a perfect IGT in the originals.
Yeah, it is.
we got it back. We got the hold forward curve setup back. Very cool.
I could have gone even faster. I could have gone higher off of the first ring and then bounced on another one and gone into the blue goal with a 50.
Perfect. Oh, nice.
Yeah, quick turn's a hold up. And it was like that in the original games too, so I'm pretty sure that they made it a hold up on purpose. Also, yeah, perfect dials. And we are now into, in my opinion, the most difficult world in the run. Beautiful pistons.
Yeah, I guess World 8 could be the most difficult world.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I have a harder world for myself personally.
Oh, we're fine. Interesting. Okay.
You wouldn't say World 4 could be your hardest world, especially if you're doing that cool arthropod strat at the end? Because World 4 is like pretty close to my hardest.
I wouldn't call it the hardest.
Ah.
I have a lot of... If you've seen my runs, like... People who watch my stream a lot will know that World 8 is always a killer for me.
Well, you do that soft grip thing that I haven't picked up because I don't trust it at all, but...
The soft grip thing is really weird. I have to, like, use the keyboard specifically, otherwise it doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. I don't...
Yeah, and then I use my keyboard specifically, and it still doesn't work, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. My keyboard's, also, you know, it doesn't have good notch calibration. Also,
that strat is really cool and really important. If we didn't do that, we'd have to, like, wait 30 seconds and then go to the blue goal, and it would be awful. That was like one of the first things I tried to find in this game. I did find that strat.
Yeah, and talk about full skip,
like
one of the most important ones to have.
Yeah.
Smooth totters.
And that was really good totters, yeah. And the entangled path thing is actually way easier than it looks too. Like once you sort of get the hang of falling. 18, another pause strat here. That's gonna get me a nice little clip. And yeah, messed up the adjustment.
Luckily, this posture works the same on first load and second load, luckily.
The bounces you get are slightly different, but the frame window, where am I?
A window pull? I don't know, that was weird.
The frame window is the same, and the adjustment is more or less the same. But that was another completely new situation. I don't like 16, because that has a really low hit. It can be really fast if you manage to do it. But...
Hey, there you go, full skip.
Yeah. There's a nice backup there too if you happen to miss the frame window. I kept hitting it and then missing the adjustment. So.
Yeah, the frame is the hardest part for me. I haven't actually landed on the correct frame yet in a run.
Oh no.
Because like you land on the wrong frame and you just have to play the stage normally. You can't just like retry it. So.
Yeah.
I haven't had the opportunity to actually do the skip and run yet. But it does save like 5 seconds at least. So. Very cool.
I went for it in my PB but missed the window by 1 frame and had to do the backup. Okay, here's trampolines. Gonna wait until about 0.3 and then go and hope I get a nice clean hit. That was not a nice clean hit.
I mean, it was cleanly forward.
I guess.
You were looking for cleanly up.
Stop! Who told you could do that?
Please. Be nice, trampolines. We're trying to do a cycle skip here. It's really important because...
Fine.
So be it. You know what? If I was trampolines, I'd be sick of being skipped all the time too. Look, I mean, look at this is good fun. Look at this. Look at this bouncy. Oh, this is.
Apparently the dead cycle exists on second load. I didn't know that. So on the stage.
Well, you were like,
oh, here we go.
You were on a whole different set of cycles, I think. Nice.
So y'all get the idea. Oh my, that was
awesome.
This is part of the reason that I don't that World 8's hard because trampolines exists.
Trampolines has a vengeance, sort of vengeful quality to it. Actually, we shouldn't have made so much fun.
All right, back to Back to real gameplay.
Yeah,
This
back to
strat's
regularly
really
scheduled,
cool.
not trampolines.
The swing shaft, that strat I just did, is another thing that would never have worked in original SMB2. Like, never, not
You could
consistently.
not rely
at
on
least.
bouncing across that. If you Zorp that, you would die, and you would just do. You would always Zorp it. It would suck.
Yeah. Linear seesaws is fun because you can just sort of throw yourself at the goal, and 90% of the time you'll go straight in.
Taking advantage of that elegant party ball this game offers.
Mm-hmm.
Most cases, I tend to decide to fight a little bit. I respect that. You
Yeah,
gotta fight your
yeah.
fight sometimes.
Ready, go.
World 9.
It punched me in the mouth a little bit. World 9 is a nice break from the difficulty that was 6, 7, and 8 all in a row.
Toughest part about World 9 is definitely the 5th stage, Flat Maze. But before that, we get a little bit of a breather.
Yeah. If this were for charity, this would be another good spot to call for donations, but instead I'm going to say that if you are new here, you should follow Fastest First. They put on events like this all the time, and they're good people.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to be on the Fastest First event a couple times, and so far they've always been very professional and cool. And it's been a good time every time that I've appeared on this here channel. Very cool. Keep up the good work, all of you.
So Chip Pipes has a neat strat. This is actually almost exactly the same as what we do in SMB2. You just sort of bounce there and hop over to the goal. So here is the 5th stage Peter was talking about. Flat Maze.
This is tough because in the originals, it takes advantage of your natural input being up left as you head towards the goal, but here up left is not that strong. So there you go. I mean, easy, free, but basically the precision required to get in the goal there is a lot higher because your inputs are not very strong, so you need a perfect angle in order to make it in there safely.
Gonna go for a cycle skip here on Guillotine. Yeah, we should be good for it.
As is classic pauseless mentality on this game, a little bit of cycle skippage. You can also do the full IL skip, kind of like the pause strat does in the original, but it's precise. We can count on collision, but can't count on having the perfect angle every time.
Yeah. I practiced the crap out of Flat Maze. I'm really good at it now, and it was because I was doing so many World 9 IWs.
It's a good opportunity to get better
meaning,
at the game. IWs are super strong.
IWs
Powered.
meaning individual world runs, so I was literally just trying to get the fastest World 9 possible. And I actually...
This game has built-in leaderboards for all the worlds individually, so it's kind of encouraged by the devs here.
Exactly. At one point, I think last week, I held all 10 IW records. One of them has since been beaten, so I'm back down to 9 now. But it was cool to have the sweep for a point.
Yeah, it was a good goal to go for, you know? Gave you an opportunity to get a really good wide breadth of all the worlds in story mode. Made you better as a player, too.
It was really good for practice, too. So coming up next...
Now you've had that opportunity, though. I kind of want to make the best World 10 ever sooner or later. I gotta get around to that.
Heck yeah, you should.
World 10 is my baby.
Coming up next is air hockey. They changed the stage from how it is in the originals. They made it slower, but they also turned the goal 90 degrees, so the goal now moves more sideways than forwards and backwards. So it can be very difficult to get into it if I don't do the setup well. This looks pretty good. Yeah, this will go in.
Nice, nice. Easy for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's just really satisfying to pick up. I'm glad I didn't stick with the 49 strat I was doing forever.
Ready?
It's like a good practice in leading your shot, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, World 10. My favorite world in this game. So many fun
your favorite?
Banana Mania exclusive worlds, or levels here. Yeah, I like World 10 a lot.
Ready? Go!
So many cool possibilities, you know? Epic Invisible is more consistent in this game. Gimmick skip you can do in IWs. Mountain's different. Labyrinth has like a full skip IL that's like almost RTA viable. It's nuts.
Mountain is
pausing
like
required.
way cooler in this game.
I think just the fact that so many cool strats are possible that are possible without pausing, where you'd have to pause them in the original, just makes it so much of an adventure. It's a good time.
That's... Yeah, that makes sense. I do enjoy that there's a lot more like consistent stuff, just do a better collision. It really helps this run. I like to call this run Super Monkey Ball 2 in an alternate reality. It's kind of what it is.
Hey, you know, you flip the powerful inputs on the the octagonal gate. You make consistent collision, but less consistent goalposts. Boom.
Weirdest mountain of all time.
I was like, I was looking at chat in my peripheral. I just saw you just kind of on the mountain goal for like several lengths longer than you should have been. What was going on over there?
Yeah, it was. It sure was.
Cool.
I'm going for the fastest order strat too, because I'm whiffing it though.
Ah, just like the fast cliff strat. Keeping it consistent, straightest line. I like it.
Please, fine,
Oh, okay.
sure.
Yeah, thank you, goalpost. Thank you. Not bad, not bad. I like that.
Yeah, it's my PB takes it safe there, and I'm kind of glad because I'm not quite at 100% with that strat yet.
That one's
This strat though,
bricked up.
this strat is surprisingly consistent. Specific setup to get some specific collision, and you can just bounce over the whole level.
Yeah, it's actually reminiscent of the pause strat from the original games, except the cycle shows up way quicker, so it's actually just like you kind of get to instantly do the
Yeah.
cool fast pause strat.
It kind of makes it easier because you don't have to spend.
Yeah, less time to wait
time
around.
waiting.
You know, you're probably
Yeah.
getting the right timing because you have no time to wait.
Like I just manual camera down to lock the camera in place, and then get up on the wall, and then immediately it's time to go.
Yeah, you just go, no waiting.
All right, and there is Labyrinth Skip or Crazy Maze. It was called Labyrinth in SMB2, which is also easier in this game. And here's my personal arch nemesis, Stairs and Ball Game.
You just need to get to know Postmodern a little bit more.
Maybe you're right.
Postmodern, you know, will become friends with you like the Ivies of time. You just have to, you know, put the first foot forward. Sorry. Stairs and ball game. You gotta come into them with a little bit of speed or else you're stuck. You need like a tiny bit of momentum to get bounced up a little bit there.
Yeah, exactly. If this were a PB attempt, I wouldn't actually do that because that happens to me
GG
a lot.
Postmodern. Yeah.
But
The
this
trick is,
not, so.
I don't know, to do it the same way every time. There's like a certain cue I use.
3 levels remaining. This is
Really sick revo cycle in this
yeah.
game.
It just kind of, if you just hold up, wait a second and hold up, you will always get that bounce, and you can just sort of take it to the goal pretty easily.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go for. Should I go for Epic Invisible? I'll do it once
Yeah!
for the fans.
I like that strat. More consistent collision in this game, you know, higher odds of success.
Okay.
Mm.
Should I do it one more time? There's plenty of time.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not doing it.
I'm biased though,
Win this,
but
though.
the strat's awesome.
Oh, that was a little late.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I'm trying to get some clips to get some speed and get more clips and just like go across the whole level. It's weird, but now I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
you're
for
basically
S-clip.
banking on getting the right height from a couple clips in a row so you don't immediately get tossed into a hole.
Yeah.
In the originals, same problem, you know, getting the right height so you're not tossed into a hole, combined with the ability for you to Zorp, you know, get zero collision whatsoever off of any of those clips. So in the originals, it's actually quite a legendary YOLO strat. But in this, it's like right on the border of RTA viability, which is why it's so exciting to try every now and then. Nice half skip though. S-clip is
Thank you.
actually harder than Epic Invisible, but less luck based. You gotta
Final
actually
stage.
think with S-clip.
Time is coming up once I hit the goal tape. Hard to believe that this round is already over. Just about.
Yeah, well, time flies.
I'm gonna try to go straight into the goal here and drop off a little bit early here, and just bounce a couple times and drop right in time.
In the goal. Time!
That was like a 34,
GG.
33 loadless. We actually timed this game without loads,
Mhm.
at least on PC. Shout out to Ellie for making basically a plugin for Live Split that pauses the timer during loads. 34, 33 is a really solid time. If I didn't do
Yeah,
Epic
we like sub
Invisible,
35s.
if I didn't do Epic Invisible, it would have been a 33, which is really good.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Perfect
Weird.
timing.
it doesn't appear to be on my end. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we can talk about stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So I was told to do some extra stuff. I'm not going to yet because it appears that my feed is suddenly dead, which doesn't appear to be on my end. But
I see your Discord stream, so if that means anything, I don't know.
that's good. Okay. OBS said nothing. Like I didn't drop any frames. It was still streaming. So I don't know. I'm back according to chat. Hopefully I'm still synced. Welcome back.
You're not sync, I'm sync.
I sync.
Feature sync.
Feature sync. There's lots of content in this game, as you can see. Story mode, SMB1 challenge, SMB2 challenge, got some practice mode. You even have special modes. Peter actually has a world record in all 5 of these special modes, so he has.
I really like the special modes. They're super fun and Banana Mania exclusive. Really, really, really cool ideas they tried to put into action in this game.
No, I'm not back anymore. Rip. I guess we can go back and talk about some of the timing methods. There's a bunch of stuff in Ranking Challenge, which is sort of like the official speedrun mode for this game, which is really cool. Each individual world of story mode, and then all the difficulties in SMB1 and SMB2 challenge are there. And so... Okay, I guess I shouldn't sign off then. I guess I should just say BRB. We're gonna try. Oh, yeah. Alright, hi. I'm back. We figured it out, I think. I'm alive again.
Wait, what's up? How's it going, everyone?
So, I'm here for some extra stuff, because, you know, I came in under estimate, and we had a little bit of time to begin with. So I think I want to show off one of these special modes. We probably only have time for one of the first 2. Peter, which one do you think I should do?
I think reverse mode has the best.
Okay.
Reverse or dark, whatever you want to do. What?
I gave you my question, and you just lobbed it back to me.
What? I mean...
Hold on, okay, let me turn it over to chat. Chat, do you want to see reverse mode or dark banana mode?
Alright, reverse mode, some of the stages are reversed. There's some like cool new exclusive strats. Dark banana, you have to avoid dark banana, so it's really precise and like scary and stuff. Yeah. They're both have 10 stages though, they're both very short.
Yeah.
I'm seeing dark banana. I'm seeing reverses suddenly. Wait a minute.
2 for dark and 2 for reverse.
This can't be real. All right.
3 for dark, 4 for dark
Let's do
banana.
dark banana. Let's do dark banana. Dark banana is
4,
legendary.
3.
People have
It's
played this
tied
game
again
right now.
though.
Well, I'm
Well, okay. Are you casting your vote?
I'm
Okay.
becoming
I
important.
think dark banana is gonna barely win. Let's do dark banana.
Basically, it's stages we've already seen, stages we haven't already seen, and they're riddled with dark bananas, and your goal is to avoid them as much as possible because they're poisonous and bad for foxes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one really legendary infamous stage, the 8th stage of this run, which is so precise that many players probably have not cleared it without jumping, so Helix is going to show off a little bit about how we do that there.
Hopefully, I have actually not played Dark Banana mode in a while.
Nah,
I didn't
you're
know that I was
natural
gonna
at
have
this,
extra
right?
time, so
You'll get it within 0 tries.
I'm actually more concerned about destruction because I want to go for the skip.
Yeah, you should go for it. You'll get it within.
We
We
will
got
get that when
oodles
we
of
get
time.
there.
I mean, the category world record for this is like 3:0x, so 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We have more than that.
I mean that is loadless, but still.
Yeah.
This is like I actually really like Earthquake. It's a really okay. I can just knock it on the wall. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
really
ooh.
neat concept. Because this is normally a bonus stage, but now you have to avoid all the bananas on it. Can I? This
They,
is what I mean, I haven't played this in a
It
while.
made bonus stages scary. Honestly, it would have been really funny if a lot of the
I can't
stages in this.
I can't go
It
in.
would have been a lot really funny if a lot of stages in this pack of dark banana stages were bonus stages, because those obviously have a lot of bananas, because you're supposed to get bananas in those.
Yeah, if I pick up a banana, I game over.
We might see it at some point. We
Instantly.
might not. You'll just take our word for it.
I also completed the first ever deathless run of this of Dark Banana, to my knowledge.
Still the only one.
I think so, yeah, because the world
World
record
record has a
is
death now.
not deathless currently.
Yeah. I had to do a bunch of different strats in order to beat a run of that level of consistency. It was still close!
That's what I'm looking for, but I need to slow down more somehow.
So this
That's how you
strat
go
normally
for it.
is has a lot more consistency of a line you can take here, but obviously the dark bananas are in the way of it, so you have to create an alternate method for skipping across.
Yeah, I also am just not good. I was never that good at this strat, and then combine that with having not.
Whenever
played
it
this in a little
shows
bit.
up in like a more important scenario, it's always patched, unfortunately.
Come on. I mean, y'all get the idea by now. So I might just skip it and move on to other things. What? Okay, now I don't have to.
Cool. No
That
skips
was so
required.
close.
Legit. That was really close, yeah. That was an instance where Helix had the correct Banana Mania instinct to hold directly back, not down left or down right, because back is the strongest input. Breaking there is not easy.
So, the way they want you to do narrow peaks is they want you to go on the right side, which has much thinner ramps. So it's kind of slow. I can do this. There is also a full skip that I think might be in the record.
It is. Second try, though.
Yeah.
That was my death.
The full skip I have not even learned.
It's pretty cool. It's like, it's kind of like the RTS skip you guys might see in story mode, except you have to do it in a very particular line because there's dark bananas in the way of the forward inputs.
Oh, I... Okay, well...
Power of centrifugal
That's funny.
force, everyone. Careful, watch out. These dark bananas are really funny. You like can't, you don't even know where they are at first until like you start approaching from behind when you come into the skull. It's really funny. They're really spooky when they show up. Get ready. Jump scare warning. There they are. Suspense. Palpable. We're good.
It's fine, it's fine.
You get
I
closer
made
and closer to you as you get closer to the goal. It's really messed up.
it. It's really funny.
You gotta
I
be
like
perfect.
it.
Yeah, I like that stage too. Breathe.
Okay,
It's your reminder to breathe if you're on world record base on this run, by the way.
yeah.
Because you just
Oh,
played Sentra.
jeez.
There it is! I told you can game over when you touch Dark Bananas. And she yells at you every time, too. You can get sick of that voice if
That's
you play
all.
too much Dark Banana. Game over.
There we
Ooh,
go.
nice
That's how that
22,
should
nice
look.
22.
Thank you. Alright. Here's Twin Basin.
Here's the legendary infamous stage. Good luck,
This
Helix.
might be the hardest level in the entire game.
Mhm. That was really close. That was really, really close to being first try right there. As expected of Helix. Dark Twin Mason Master.
Second try,
There we
that's
go.
really
What?
good still.
Ow! Always with that. You've always been doing this. This is why I can't win all stages races against you. It's one stage that defines the difference.
It took me so long to get to like hit that for the first time. That once I did, I have like never been hard stuck on it since.
No, I'm
I
envious.
even got the cycle skips on swing bar,
Nice, nice.
and we are down to one more level.
Last stage of Dark Banana.
It's Sega logo.
Is Zego logo? Oh, it's got like an illness though. Watch out.
Yeah. Hope Sega logo.
Zego logo's breaking out with acne right now. Oh look. Careful, easy does it. Easy does it. You're good. You're good. Nice.
That's
Hanging
every
time.
I got a 528 load list, which is pretty solid. Not too bad.
Yeah. That's Dark Banana. 10 hard stages in a row. That's what a lot of special modes are like, actually. And, like, usually about 10 stages, some more, where you gotta do just, like, a bunch of really, really difficult challenges in a row. They're really cool. I like special mode a lot.
Yeah, there's lots of really fun stuff in this game. There's so many categories. If you look at the SRC page, you'll see there's story mode. The individual level leaderboard is just the IWs, the individual worlds of story mode. And then there's everything here in SMB1 challenge. All of these for SMB2 challenge as well. And then all the special modes are also a category. And then it's just like all stages. There are subcategories. All of them have subcategories for jumps. It's so cool. There's pretty robust practice modes. You can practice any level as long as you've played it before. Just instantly go in and practice it. That's just this game has so much content. By the way, I mentioned the like individual level leaderboard on speedrun.com. How that's just the individual worlds basically. That's what we're using it for. There is an IL scene for this game. If you are interested in that, I would recommend checking out the Discord server. If you're just interested in Banana Mania speedrunning in general, great place to be, the Discord server. You can go to speedrun.com/SMBBM. There's a link to that server there. Yeah, I mean, pretty fun speedrun, lots of stuff you can do. I would be happy to help you out if you want to learn it. And yeah, definitely check out the GDQ run. Me versus Peter. First versus second place, story mode on the big stage, January 10th at about, I think it was like 5 p.m. Central Time. It's the second bonus game of the event too. Monday, January 10th. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm stoked. Stoked out of my
thank you,
gourd right
Peter.
now. Let's make it happen.
Thank you, Peter, for helping me out with comms. This is
Hey, no problem.
very helpful. Good practice for GDQ as well. Thank you, Fans Spurs, for having me. Everybody follow the channel if you haven't yet. Follow me, Helix13_, if you enjoyed this. That's my Twitch, that's my Twitter, that's just about everything. It's my YouTube. Post some speedruns there. Follow Peter, Petrazinc, Petresinc.
And me.
Yeah, I will stop rambling. Shout out to Midwest Speedfest, also can't forget that.